major, major update to what's going on. Poland is now potentially going to invoke Article 4 of the NATO treaty. Okay, this could further drag the world into a massive conflict. All right, we could see a response from NATO from this situation. All right, apparently rockets have hit Poland. That's the official story that's out right now. But we're also hearing conflicting information from both sides saying that they're not exactly sure what's happening. So let's dive in, let's see what's going on, and let's talk about NATO potentially invoking Article 4 and what that would mean. So just to give you both sides of the story too really quick, just to be fair, okay? And this is being reported by CNN that a Kremlin spokesperson says that he has no information of an explosion in Poland. It says Kremlin spokesperson said that he has no information. Quote, unfortunately, I do not have any information on that, said in a response to a question from CNN. In the immediate aftermath of the incident, Russia's defense ministry said no strikes were, quote, made on targets near the Ukrainian-Polish state border either. So, multiple spokesperson, multiple officials in the Kremlin in Russia are coming out and saying that this wasn't them. They don't know what happened. But this also comes as there was a barrage of hundreds of missiles going over Ukraine the past 24 hours, okay? Things were so bad here that the Dutch foreign minister was in Kyiv. I don't know why. I don't know why we keep sending top government officials to this dangerous war zone. But the Dutch foreign minister was sent to Kyiv and he took shelter in a bomb shelter. Okay, I don't have the article up here. I forgot to get it, but I just remembered that during this barrage, right? And it was just like a little thing. It wasn't even the main article. It was just like a little thing. And there's like, yeah, the Dutch foreign minister was there in Kyiv during this missile bombardment, and he had to take cover in a bomb shelter, right? So this could escalate very quickly. What if the Dutch foreign minister was hit, right? And Kremlin saying that they don't know what happened, saying it wasn't them. So this could be an escalation for Poland to invoke Article 4, though, and drag NATO and the United States into a massive war potentially. So White House has also come out and said White House officials say U.S. is working to figure out what happened in Poland. All right, so the White House hasn't officially confirmed what's going on. Poland is holding emergency meetings with their own National Security Council right now. But a senior White House official said that they do not have confirmation of any rocket or missile strikes in Poland, but that U.S. officials are currently working to try and figure out exactly what has happened. U.S. Defense Department press secretary said that the U.S. is, quote, aware of the press reports alleging that 2 Russian missiles have struck a location inside of Poland near the Ukrainian border, but does not currently have information to corroborate those reports. The Defense Department repeated that the U.S. will, quote, defend every inch of NATO territory as the U.S. awaits for more information, all right? So, quote, they will defend every inch of NATO territory. That's what they were saying. That's what the Defense Department is saying in response to this. All right, the press secretary is saying, they're also saying that they don't know what's happening, right? But they're also saying if this did happen, we will defend every inch of NATO territory. Very serious. This could escalate into something very quickly that we do not want, right? So let's hope this isn't what happened. It says U.S. President Joe Biden spoke on the phone with President of Poland from Bali, Indonesia, the White House said. Biden is attending Bali, or is it in Bali attending the G20 summit. Vice President Kamala Harris has been briefed on reports out of Poland and is following closely. Polish officials Tuesday said that 2 people passed away, and says they're investigating what happened and would work to gather details of what he called a serious situation, the president. So right? This is huge. Biden's calling the Polish president, and now we are seeing that NATO is even having an emergency meeting. All right, so NATO Secretary General will chair emergency alliance meeting on Wednesday. So NATO Secretary General will chair an emergency meeting of alliance ambassadors Wednesday morning in Brussels to discuss this tragic incident. Quote, this tragic incident, said NATO spokesperson. And world leaders are in the process of arranging meetings to discuss a fatal explosion that happened in eastern Poland near the border of Ukraine. Polish media said projectiles struck a farm in the NATO member's territory near the border with Ukraine. So, pretty lots of big things. NATO's having an emergency meeting. The NATO Secretary General is coming out having an emergency meeting for this exact thing. All right. And this brings us to Poland potentially declaring Article 4 of the NATO treaty. All right. So NATO Article 4 is not Article 5. All right. Article 5 is the one where if they are attacked, they all attack back. Right? That's essentially the concept. But we are very close to invoking Article 5. They are going to meet to see if they should invoke Article 5. So this is out of CNN. Poland is considering asking its NATO partners for discussions under Article 4 of the NATO treaty after a missile was reported to have landed on its territory Tuesday. The government has so far only confirmed that there was an explosion. Quote, it will be verified whether there are grounds to launch the procedures under Article 4 of the North Atlantic Pact. That's a quote a government spokesperson said out of Poland. Article 4 allows for any member to seek consultations with the rest of the alliance and states. Quote, the parties will consult together whenever, in the opinion of any of them, the territorial integrity, political independence, or security or any of the parties is threatened. All right, so they're saying essentially Article 4 allows them to invoke an emergency meeting, forcing all the NATO members to come. And the NATO Secretary General already said that the ambassadors will have an emergency meeting tomorrow morning, and Poland is now considering also invoking Article 4 to have another emergency meeting to, quote, defend the security of any of the parties if they are threatened. All right, so it's pretty much the thing you do right before you do Article 5. You don't just say Article 5 right away. You have Article 4. You meet with all the partners. You can't just, like, Poland can't just declare Article 5 by itself. You know what I mean? It has to force Article 4, force all the partners together and say, we need a decision on this right now because our security is threatened, and to potentially invoke Article 5. All right, so big escalations, guys. I'll keep you updated on this. Thank you for subbing to this new channel, this Prepared Media channel. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Check out my other main channel too, and you guys have a big old blessed day.